Hey everyone, I'm Anne Lane, and I am an artist and educator, and I've been one for the past 20 years. My roots are in special education, and I'm super passionate about teaching and about integrating the arts into the learning process. In my current role, I teach art to kindergarten and first graders, and I coach teachers on integrating the arts into their classroom practice. This is actually a portrait done by a 5-year-old a couple of years ago of me. It's one of my favorite portraits. And this is Gina, who is my colleague and often collaborator.
Thanks, Anne. My name is Gina Griffiths. I teach 8th grade humanities at the same school site as Anne. This is a portrait of me from 8th grade because while I've been working with children in a variety of roles and capacities for over 10 years, I'm still really new to this age particularly. So this hangs up in my classroom as a constant reminder of all the beautiful complexities of what it means to be 13 years old. I'm thankful for Anne to be my mentor, and I actually created this piece of art using a technique that she taught me, and I think I gave it to you this year.
You did. And what I love about this piece is that it really reflects who we are to one another, and that the heart of our work with each other and the heart of our work with our students is collaboration. And collaboration is essential, and it's a system that we need in order to keep on going in our work.
And what I've really learned through working with Anne is that in our own collaboration, it often mirrors the work that we do with our students in the classroom. Collaboration is really an ongoing process in which you're constantly envisioning, generating ideas, trying out those ideas, then revising those ideas, experimenting again, reflecting.
And it's dynamic, and there's lots of opportunity to make mistakes and be better. And we use that a lot in our journals, where we centralize our thoughts, our ideas, build connections with one another, and then it's a springboard into our planning with each other.
As you can see, our journals are different, and we're really different, and collaboration is a messy process, and it's kind of an art itself to collaborate. It can be difficult and challenging to come together with another human and work toward a shared vision, so it can create tension at times or difficulties.
But it's important tension that we use to actually build muscle, and that muscle we use to support us in meeting the needs of our students, and to use this muscle to empower us to be better teachers. And it motivated us to create this unit called Artists as Activists to support us in cultivating student voice and integrate the work of local activists like Fabiana Rodriguez.
So Anne was working with first graders and I was working with 8th graders. You would think that they're really different, but they're often similar in more ways than you would think. So as we approached this question, we really approached it through a lens of social justice and arts integration, something that our school values and holds near and dear. So in 8th grade, what that looks like is taking the historical content that we're learning in my class in humanities of Civil War resistance and activists of the Civil War era, and then bridging connections to current acts of resistance we see happening today. I think that connecting the past and the present really is a way to make the learning more relevant and create student buy-in from the beginning and make it deeper and more meaningful.
And in first grade, the students learned about what it was to be an activist and really the process of being an activist, to see a problem, voice a problem, and take action.
So in 8th grade, the process begins similar to how Anne and I begin our meetings together, which is envisioning in our journals. So just thinking about what it would look like for them to be an activist, what would it feel like in their bodies to be an activist, and then generating causes that are important to them or that they feel connected to. Making that work visible, not only in their personal notebooks, but on the walls of our classroom is important for them and their own meaning making as their thinking evolves, but also for our community to inspire and engage those around us to see what we're up to in our classrooms.
And in first grade, same thing. They used their art to sort of discover what it meant to be an activist, and we use the language, what is a change maker? What does that mean? And use their art to make meaning of it. So seeing a problem, speaking up, taking action, and learning about international artists like Malala in Pakistan, and local activist artists as well. One artist that they really enjoyed learning about from New York City was the Guerrilla Girls.
Same, yes. The first graders you'll see have a lot of positive messages. In 8th grade, they're more about the resistance and the angst of it. So one learning I have as a takeaway from collaboration is that collaboration takes time and it often requires a lot of flexibility. And I've had to learn to adapt my plans. I'm actually still in process in this unit because it took longer than I was expecting it to, but you can see how rich the process is for the students to go through multiple rounds of revisions, and while they're working on 2 totally different causes and messages, one about environmentalism and one was about the prison industrial complex, they had a similar process.
Yeah, and in 1st grade, we read and we discussed local activists and international activists, and they observed and they sketched them and they connected with one that was really important to them. The student really enjoyed learning about Malala and did lots of sketches and then generated other ideas with her peers to create a collaborative fabric portrait of Malala. That's still in process too. We launched the unit by reading the book A is for Activist, which is a really rich book with language and illustrations. And the students came up with their own message that they wanted to promote in the school and in their community. Like this one I'm wearing right now, that means help everyone. And they also came up with messages like enjoy the people that you have, be friends, be a brave activist, speak up, be strong. And they wore their buttons and they continue to wear their buttons around the school to promote these messages.
So while collaboration can be difficult and messy, we strongly believe that it's worth it in the end, and it makes for richer experiences and creates a stronger community together. So we believe that you should cultivate and collaborate
And be strong, artists and activists.
together. Thank you.